Welcome people, welcome back to GCSE Science Boss. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some past paper questions based on physics. Okay, so we have a 6 marker here, we have a 2 marker here. Alright, so in this question it says that figure 11 shows a stationary apple hanging from a tree. The X marks the center of the mass of the apple. Okay, draw 2 arrows on figure 11 to show the forces acting on the apple. Okay, so there has to be a force which is acting downwards. Okay, good. An equal and opposite force. Now I don't have a ruler, but make sure you're doing this with a ruler. Alright, so you'd have a force which is equal and opposite to that force acting upwards. Alright, make sure they're equal length and they're opposite. That's what you're going to get the 2 marks for. As a challenge, what do you think the name of these 2 forces are? The one that's acting downward, that one is the weight. Okay, or if you say gravity, that's also given. The one that is acting upward, that is a reaction force. Okay, well done if you got that. Now next up, you have a 6 marker. Now students tend again to shy away from the 6 marker. Alright, but you can get marks or even full marks from your 6 marker. Now let's have a look at this. It takes 0.5 seconds for the apple to fall to the ground. The initial velocity of the apple is 0 meters per second. You're given the acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 meters per second. They want you to calculate the distance fallen by the apple. Alright? Now, as I always tell the students, ensure that you are showing your steps. So firstly, what is given in the question? So you're given the time. The letter T is 0.5 seconds. Okay, good. What else are you given? You're also given the initial velocity. Now, what letter do we use for that? The initial velocity is U, that is 0.5 meters per second. You're also given the acceleration due to gravity. All right, so when it's falling, that's how quickly it will accelerate. So you're actually given A, which is 9.8 meters per second squared. All right. Now they're asking you to find the distance, S. Okay. So they want you to find distance. So your unknown, okay, your unknown is S. You don't know what S is. All right. Normally students write D for distance. All right. But S is the accepted form, the displacement. Okay. Good. So that's your unknown. All right. Now, is there an equation that you know that links S, U, T? Now, there's an equation. V squared minus U squared is equal to 2AS. So we have initial velocity. We have the acceleration. We don't have V and we don't have U. But there's another equation that we can use to find U. There's another equation that we can use, and that equation is acceleration is equal to V minus U divided by T. So let's go ahead and see if we can find out what V is. So what's the value for A? Our value for A is, we're now going to substitute. Alright, so now we're going to substitute. So our value for A is 9.8. V, which is our final velocity. Alright, we don't know what our final velocity is. So V minus U, which is 0, and we're going to divide that by 0.5. Alright, now we can say that we can now cross multiply. Okay, we can now cross multiply. Alright, so it's been V minus U is being divided by 0.5, so it's going to be 9.8 times 0.5. all right, is equal to v minus 0, which is going to be equal to 0. So whatever our value is for v, that's going to be equal to 0. Therefore, v is going to be equal to now 0. Sorry, v is now going to be equal to 4.9 meters per second. So now we have a value for v. We can go back to our equation and solve for s. Okay, so now we're going to rearrange that equation here. So we're rearranging this equation here. So we have v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. All right, so we require s. All right, so s is going to be equal to v squared minus u squared all divided by 2 times the acceleration. Okay, so do we have v? Of course we do. We just found that. So that's going to be 4.9 squared minus 0 squared all divided by 2 times the acceleration, which is 9.8. Okay, and if you've done all of that calculation correctly, that should give you 1.2 meters. Okay, good. So it is good to set up what you have been given. All right, we call it the guess technique. Okay, all right, the last step is solve. Okay, so we use the guess technique there. What's given? We find the acceleration, okay, v minus u over t, then we rearrange. Now that we have v, we can plug that into this formula here. This formula is often forgotten by students, okay? So just remember that formula. V squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. This will not come up on a foundation paper. This is higher and triple paper, okay? All right, thank you for listening. Make sure you go over to my YouTube channel. Please, please, please. I have so many followers on TikTok, but you guys are not going over to my YouTube channel. Help me to grow my YouTube channel. Thank you. All the best in your GCSEs. Okay, and you can have a look at the mark scheme to see exactly what you're looking for in the mark scheme. All right. Again, make sure you go over to my YouTube channel. If you're on my YouTube, make sure you go over to my TikTok account. Thank you.